Ancient Rome is usually remembered for its roads, emperors, and towering monuments, but behind that image was a much darker world. Ancient Rome had a punishment more unsettling than execution. In some cases, it tried to erase people from public memory. Today, the practice is usually called damnatio memoriae, and that exact phrase is modern, but the reality behind it was very Roman. A disgraced ruler or public figure could have names cut from inscriptions, portraits altered or destroyed, and official remembrance attacked after death. Basically, it's described as a political practice in which an emperor's reign could be officially struck from the record by order of the Senate. This makes the practice feel especially cold. Rome didn't just want to punish the body, sometimes it wanted to punish the memory itself. A ruler could be treated as if he had become unworthy of public existence. Yet there's an irony here. The very act of erasure often preserved the scandal. When later generations found the damaged monuments, they could immediately see that someone had been targeted. In Roman history, there are plenty of brutal successions, civil wars, and palace conspiracies. But very few moments capture the emptiness of imperial dignity as clearly as the events of AD 193. After the murder of Commodus on December 31, 192, Pertinax becomes emperor. Sources state that he was well respected by the Senate, but he had no army of his own, and the Praetorians killed him at the end of March 193, after a reign of only 3 months. We just talked about that. Already that's dark enough. A new emperor, installed after the fall of a discredited ruler, barely had the time to settle into office before the palace guard kills him. But what happened next is even more disturbing. The men who had just removed the emperor treated the succession as something they could bargain over. Britannica's entry on Didius Julianus says plainly that he became an emperor by being the highest bidder in an auction for the support of the Praetorian Guard. Another article describes the guards, after much corrupt bargaining, designating him emperor because he promised the largest donation or accession payment to each soldier. One of the darkest things about ancient Rome is that fear didn't always come from barbarians at the frontier or riots in the streets. Sometimes it came from suspicion inside the capital. Under Emperor Tiberius, Rome developed a political atmosphere in which accusation could become a weapon, and the most powerful people in the city could feel unsafe without ever seeing a sword drawn. At the center of that world was Sejanus, commander of the Praetorian Guard, and the most dangerous man in Rome after the emperor. He's described as Tiberius's chief administrator, the prefect of the Praetorian Guard, and a suspect in a plot to overthrow Tiberius and become emperor himself.